A quiet night at home. It was a quiet Tuesday night. The sun had already gone down, and the neighborhood was still. I was sitting on my big, soft couch in the living room, trying to relax after a long day of work. I had the television on, but I was not really watching it. The house felt peaceful. It was the kind of night where you do not expect anything big to happen. But then, Sarah walked into the room. I could tell from her face that she had something on her mind. She sat down and spoke in a very calm voice. The person named Mike. Mike was the person she called her work husband. I heard his name every day during dinner or while we were driving together. At first, I thought she was making a joke. But when I looked into her eyes, I saw she was being honest. She really wanted to go. I was so surprised I could barely speak. I asked if it would just be the two of them. She nodded like it was the most normal thing. She told me it was harmless and they were friends. Then she said something that felt like a sharp poke in my heart. Why it hurt so much. I sat there completely still. I looked at the woman I had loved for a very long time. I was the one who had always been by her side. I had given up so much just to make her happy. I trusted her with everything. And here she was, telling me that another man knew her heart better than her own husband did. But I did not get angry. I did not start a fight or beg her to stay. Instead, I did something she never thought I would do. I gave her a smile, the word she did not expect. Sarah looked at me and blinked. She seemed very confused. She was probably ready for me to shout or start crying. She thought I would ask her not to go. But I just looked at her with that smile and said, "This is actually perfect timing." Her face changed and she looked worried. She asked me, "What do you mean by perfect timing?" I looked her right in the eyes and said, "It is perfect timing for us to get a divorce." The shock of the truth. Her mouth dropped open. All the confidence she had was gone. She tried to laugh it off and asked if I was joking. I told her I had never been more serious. I meant every word. I told her that if she wanted to go on a trip with another man, that was her choice. But I also told her she should not expect to have a husband waiting for her when she got back. The color left her face. She started to trip over her words, telling me it was not what I thought. Standing my ground, I told her firmly that I was not acting too big. When a wife wants to spend her private time with another man instead of her husband, that is a huge problem. It is about having self-respect. Over the next few days, she tried to take back what she had said. She told me it was all innocent and that I just did not understand. She said it was just a work friendship. But if it was a small thing, why did she talk about him like he was the most important person? Why did she need to go? Seeking help from an expert. The next week, I want to talk to a lawyer. I told him the whole story. He sat there and listened to me very quietly. When I was finished, he told me that I was making the right choice. For the first time in many years, I felt a deep sense of peace. I was not just upset anymore. I was finally doing something to help myself. When I told Sarah that I had already started the legal paperwork for the divorce, she broke down. She cried so much and begged me to change my mind. Seeing the reality, in that moment I saw the truth. She was not crying because she loved me so much. She was crying because she was losing her safe home and the easy life she had with me. I reminded her of what she said before. I told her that since Mike understands her so well, she should go to him now for help. That trip she wanted to take never happened. She told Mike she could not go as soon as she realized what it was going to cost her. Finding my own freedom. While we were going through the divorce, I felt something I had not felt in a long time. Freedom. It was real freedom. It was not always easy. We had good times together in the past and happy memories. But whenever I felt sad, I remembered how easily she pushed me aside for another man. That memory gave me the power to stay strong. Sarah learned a very hard lesson. You cannot have everything your way. You cannot have a loving husband at home while you have a special friend on the side. Choosing yourself. I walked away with my head held high. I chose to respect myself instead of staying with someone who did not value me. Sometimes, the best way to handle being hurt isn't to yell or get revenge. It is to make a firm choice and move on. She learned that I was not the kind of man who begs. I am the kind of man who walks away to build a better life. I hope my story helps others see that they deserve respect. You should never be the second choice in your home.